Shalom Akim, Yahal Bashim, Yoshai Bashim Kakodash, but I'm not sure DC camp with another short lesson to edify the sincere camp in the work of Yabashim Mashai in sincerity and in truth, the honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of real Mr. real well. Play this video real quick. Just let you know that the end of America is coming. It's coming. It's coming. America's end is near. And it's all prophecy. It's all in the Holy Scriptures. So if you look, just follow along with a quick video I'm about to play. You have an idea, man, that the Lord Yabashim Shai set up this Amalekites to be in power here in Babylon. In fact, upon the face of the earth, so certain events could take place,
We're being led, hook in our jaw, to war with Iran. Once again, American men will fight and die and bleed on a battlefield for Israel. And we'll clap, and we'll salute the flag, and we'll do all the patriotic things because our guys died on a foreign battlefield, but it didn't have to happen. It happened because Zionists control America.
So that's the point right there, man. It's all spiritual. And that's the way the Lord Yabashim Shai set it up. For Amalek to be in control of America, whether it's England, whether it's Germany, whether it's Spain, whether it's in Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, even in Africa, South Africa, wherever, man. Even in Saudi Arabia, whether it's in Jordan, Palestine, Russia, whatever. It doesn't change anything, man. It's all part of prophecy. It has to happen, and that's the point that the Lord Yabashim Shai has set in place. So it's beautiful to see this happen.
Look, America doesn't stand with Israel. America kneels at Israel.
Yes.
We kneel. When Israel says jump, we jump. Because they control our government. They control our media. They control... It's not Israel, it's the Zionists. Israel is just a project of the Zionist movement. It's the Zionist movement that controls.
And that's what happens, when the Lord allows another nation to take on your identity. So this is the kind of madness you have to deal with, man. Being ruled by imposters, and then you understand that, well, wow, there's not really a competition between the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites the Bible speaks of, with the Amalekites, with the Edomites, who are claiming to be Israelites, that want the so-called, the one the birthright back, they want dominion over the face of the earth, they want control. All right, so just let you know, man, it's all part of prophecy. I'm not bitter. Just, wow. It's like you're just surprised about what the Lord Yabashim Shai could do. How he sets up one ruler, and then he has to destroy the ruler moments later. And that's how beautiful the Lord Yabashim Shai is, man. It's a big puzzle that these folks don't understand. A big mind game that the Lord Yabashim Shai has put upon these people.
Zionist movement that controls America. Israel's just a little project that they have going on. But the Zionist movement is the overarching global operation that has enormous power over American politicians. You mentioned earlier, Senator Lindsey Graham said at that Las Vegas event, he wants Congress to pass a law. He wants a treaty. Not a law. He wants a treaty between the United States and Israel.
A binding alliance.
A military alliance.
Yes, this is what he said, according to an I-24 News reporter that must have been present, because they wrote an article about it. I only put some of the statements in actual direct quotes. The report said, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham said on Saturday that he wished the United States and Israel to enter into a mutual NATO-like defense alliance in order to send the world the message that an attack against Israel would be considered an attack against the United States. went on to say the staunchly pro-Israel Republican firebrand added that Washington should tell Israel's enemies that if they seek to destroy the one and only Jewish state, you have to come through us to get to them. Rick, what's important about this is America has troops in Israel. We have a Patriot missile battery, but we're also talking about moving some of those troops that were never supposed to be sent to Syria to the border between Israel and Syria along the Golan Heights. And if any one of those troops, even let's say one of the knees gets grazed on one of these soldiers by an Iranian Republican Guard soldier, that's an act of terror that could invoke, in this regard,
Syria.
Article 5.
Syria, Hezbollah.
Yes.
You name it. Any country that would attack Israel, we would be obligated to go to war against that country.
That's the point, Akim. So I get a quick precept. So this is gonna be from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49. Then you go to verse 20. So it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, that he had against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the list of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right. And then look at verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. All right. So it's gonna be crazy, man, when World War III pops up, man. So all what you see on the video right there is just another setup by the elites to use America as a pawn. Because, America got to go down. So we got to use America for the big shebang. America got to be a puppet. That big boogeyman in these last days that they have to take down. So they have to, infiltrate into America. They got to control America in the direction they want America to go. Because they can't really have their new so-called new world order with America intact. With all these people walking down the streets thinking that they are free, having all these so-called sheriffs and police departments, all these so-called agencies, law enforcement agencies and intelligence agencies in America. They can't have that, so they gotta pump America up like a balloon, and then they gotta pop it. And that's exactly why they control the purse. They put themselves in key positions in America's institutions, government institutions, financial institutions, educational institutions, academic, medical, whatever. They do that. So it's not a big surprise that America will fall, but it's just that folks don't see it, but only the elect don't have a better understanding. And the men you see on the video that I just played, they have a better understanding of what's going on. All right, and it's beautiful to see that it's all the work of the Lord about Shema Shai. And then we read Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And then it says, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. All right, so whatever Amalek wants to do, man, and the Lord grants it to happen, hey, you just gotta say Ka halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kwakadash, because it's just another step closer to our salvation. All right, so you gotta accept the sweet with the bitter, because it has to happen. It's all part of prophecy. You can't think about it no other way, man. It's all spiritual. All right, this is how the Lord has laid down the roadmap to salvation. It has to build up that tension. All this military build-up has to happen over there in the Middle East, in the, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, around the Persian Gulf, around the Mediterranean, so it's going to be so messed up, man, all right? And then you read the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 24, all right? So it says, No, some verse 23, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So that's the final destination of America: desolation, destruction. All right, the whole armor of the earth. The world police. All right, the world, top-notch gangbanger, the world bully. That's what the Lord set up America to be, by putting these Amalekites, the so-called Jewish folks, in all these positions of power, and have their minions and their lackeys. All right, so it's just the way the Lord Yabashimashah set it up, man. It's an interesting thing to see. All right, then this verse 24 says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon." O Babylon, that's America. That's America's code name in the scripture. "And thou was not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord." So all this trickery that America likes to play on the minds of the people, the Lord Yabashima Shai meant for it to be a snare and a trap, so that America will fall. All right, and that's a beautiful thing, man. You can't avoid, these prophecies that are taking place. All right, so it's going to be beautiful, man, to see how this thing pans out. And then when you read Ezekiel chapter 38, the gentleman, the men on this on the panel, they were talking about Iran. They're talking about all those Arab nations, wherever nation that seeks to come against, Israel. You know that they got to come through America first. According to what the statement of Lindsey Graham. So it just lets you know, man, that all these so-called politicians, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, Independents, whatever, they're all on the take, all right? So they pretend as if they're for the people, they're there for the rights of the people, but they are not. They're just sitting in positions of power to prevent the people from changing the system. And that's the way the Lord Abashima Shai set it up. And then, all these placeholders in their empty suits. All right, so that's how it's going to go down, man. They can't run away from it. The Lord Yabashima Shai set them up to be gatekeepers. All right. So I get another precept here. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, and then you read verses 17 all the way to 19. And then it says, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem HaKadosh, thou he of whom I have spoken in the old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel." All right, it's talking about Gog and Magog, which is the Russians, all right, which prophesied in those days, many years, that I would bring thee against them. All right, so Russia is going to invade the land of Israel, man. What they had that skirmish, with the Syrian situation, what they had, the Syrians mistakenly shot down a Russian plane, because Israelis used the plane as cover, right? And they flew into the path of the plane. They attacked unannounced and give you a short window to, you know, to to uh to be notified. They play those kinds of games. All right. So that's how messed up it's gonna be in these last days, man. The fury of the so-called Russians, man, is gonna be so hard upon the land of Israel, and America will have to step up too. You know, just let you know, man. Before you save from all these calamities, you gotta see destruction. People gotta be destroyed. Babies gotta be messed up. You gotta have cannibalism. You gotta have plagues and pestilences. You gotta have martial law, economic collapse, high unemployment. Chaos in the streets. It's all part of what the Lord Yabashimasha has designed. Right? It's that bitter journey we have to endure. Verse 18, "And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, said the Lord Yahweh, that my fury shall come upon my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel." All right, so it's gonna be so messed up, man. So all this plan of the Zionists, to destroy America is going to happen, but it's not going to happen the way they expect it to happen, because the Lord Yabashim Shai is going to get involved. It's going to let all these world powers fall apart. All right, and then if you look up, just type in crowns. Just get a quick precept about Yahweh Shai. Alright, so this Revelations chapter 19 verse 12, alright? So it's concerning Yahushua. It says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. So the point there, he had many crowns on his head, meaning he had dominion over the nations. He had to put down their authority. He had to destroy their army. And then verse 13 says, and he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. Alright, so that's Yahweh Shai. Alright, so it's going to be beautiful to see how all this chaos is going to come to an end. The chaos of Esau's rulership. Alright, so I say, Ka Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rukwakadash. Double honors and salutations to elders and apostles. Good, Mr. Stone, go well. So it's beautiful to know that, all Esau's planning is according to the prophecy of the Lord Yahweh Shai, which he has revealed to his prophets. So whatever chaos takes place, man, I can just gotta take it cheerfully. Gotta be spiritual, to understand these things, and just pray that the Lord Yahweh Shai guides you, and you don't bug out. It's gonna be tough in this last days. Your faith is gonna be tested. So just pray the Lord Yahweh Shai gives you the grace, to hold on to the end. Shalom.